get a look at Survivor, Joe. What do you have? I mean, picks had to be in yesterday. We had the holiday, so Tuesday we're coming back and just being able to talk about it for the first time. What are your picks in Survivor this week?
Yeah, it was super chalky. Again, we had a couple crazy weeks, and then like the popular teams, they all get home. There were a couple that were close. Houston was the big chalk. They were like 54%, but they ended up getting their third win this past Sunday. I landed on a couple teams that I don't like, but both got wins yesterday, so I'm feeling pretty good. I landed on Toronto, facing the White Sox, then facing the Pirates. And when they face the Pirates, they're avoiding their best pitchers. So I think Paul had basically the exact same process. So Toronto out to a 1-0 start on the week. So a couple more with the Sox. That should be good. And the other one, which I don't love, I went with Cincinnati. But Cincinnati's playing some good ball now. 3 against the Cardinals, 3 against the Cubs, who we mentioned are playing bad. Cincinnati also out to a 1-0 start on the week. I actually put it in the calendar because I mentioned it a couple weeks ago. This is when I wanted to revisit Cincinnati because, yes, they have some work to do to get into that conversation, but now they've won 4 straight games, and the schedule really is going to lighten up because over the last few weeks, it has been brutal for them, even though they're playing good right now. Like, what was it, a couple weeks ago? They had that really long losing streak, and they were facing – let's see,
Padres,
San Diego, Baltimore, yep. Arizona, San Francisco, Arizona, Dodgers, Padres, Dodgers again, and now they're facing the Cardinals. And things are going to lighten up. They got the Cubs a couple times. They've got the Rockies coming up. So I think if they're going to make some sort of a run, timing-wise, this would be it. How far back are they in the Central? They're sitting in last place, but it is bunched up. There is a 3-game gap between second and fifth place. Cubs, Cardinals, Pirates, Reds. There's a 3-game gap. You can catch Milwaukee. I mean, they deserve to be in first place. Maybe a surprise to some, but I think Cincinnati can get to the 500 mark pretty soon and maybe make some sort of a run. The Cubs are playing bad. They're not this bad. The Cubs are going to be in the conversation. I do expect the Cardinals, though, to fall off.
Yeah, I also went with the Jays. Again, the White Sox plus dodging the Pirates' best pitchers. I am also, though, just kind of, we've used this to describe Jake's football picks before, but for the rest of the Survivor pool, I'm just kind of firing from the hip. Yes. Just because, I've got 2 strikes. I got 2 strikes a while ago, so I filled this slate out, my next 3 picks weeks ago. So I did look at it Monday before the game started to just check and make sure I don't know, wasn't the dumbest pick in the world. I was like, okay, cool. I will stick with the Jays. Are we I know the run differential is not good. I know Bo Bichette's picking up a little bit. Could this be a jump start week for the Jays? Or are we not going to do that?
It could be a good week, but it doesn't mean it's going to mean anything for the long term. Were you talking making the playoffs or just betting them day to day?
More so long term, making a run for a playoff spot. And they're dead last in the East.
Done. They're 12 back in the division. That's probably done. 5 back in the division. Ugh. Boy, you're talking about jumping a lot of teams. Am I being a bad teammate because Chris Mack is all in on the Rangers? He's been saying for a long time. It's the Rangers just win the cup. I don't like it, but the Rangers are winning the cup. He did say the same thing about the New York Knicks. He was thinking it was New York's year. The Knicks are going to win the title, and the Rangers are going to win the cup. We know the basketball thing is dead. They're up 2-1. So probably feeling good. Anybody backing the Rangers probably feeling good. But I don't know that they're going to end up victorious at the end of this series. Plus 145 for Florida. I think that's worth a look for the team that has actually probably played better.
Is Chris Mack a Rangers fan, or is he just in on the Rangers this season as a bettor?
He's in on New York. No. I don't know anything. I really do. Isn't that a good question? Like I've been wondering, like, wait, is he a Knicks fan because Pittsburgh doesn't have a basketball team? I don't know, but he's been all New York.
Yeah, I don't really know either, but like I love like one of our favorite traditions on this show, talk crap about someone while they're out. Let's also just
Yeah.
mention how Chris took the Braves in Survivor after Acuna went down and their own one on the wake. So let's make sure to
Oh
point that
no,
out. And they've got a
he did.
7-game week, so like he's
What
up
is
against it already. So
he?
and
Wait,
he even reached out to see who we were taking in our text thread. We told him, and he said, "Yeah, forget that. I'm sticking with the
Pass,
Braves." Like,
pass.
all right,
he took it.
yeah,
This is after the Acuna news that he does this,
Yeah,
correct?
yes,
yeah.
oh yeah, because
Oh,
that
okay.
happened Sunday,
That's
right?
yeah.
Saturday, I think. Yeah, a couple days ago.
Over the weekend
Um,
before
Oh,
Monday,
yeah.
yeah.
yeah, he's on
Ooh.
drugs. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's just like he just rides the wave of the Pirates. If we say, trust them, this is a good spot for him, it's like, nope, they suck. If they're playing well, it's not going to last. If we're like, yeah, maybe go with the Blue Jays. They're going against the Pirates, but they're not going against their stud pitchers. Like, nope, I'm backing the Pirates. And then he started making a case for the playoffs. I can't get a read on the guy.
Caitlin Clark and the Fever did get their first win, as we somewhat predicted or said they kind of had to on Friday, and they did not fare as well against the Aces on their back-to-back on Saturday. But they got the Sparks again tonight. They are laying 5.5 against the Sparks team, which was the team they beat last week. So where are you at on this game, whether it's Fever minus 5.5 or Caitlin Clark props? Joe.
No chance I would lay 5.5. No chance.
Smart.
And in that win, it was 78-73, and then they get smoked, giving up 99 to Vegas, which everybody assumed. If you're betting the points on Caitlin Clark, boy, you got destroyed the last couple days. 11-8. She had 6 turnovers on Saturday, by the way, against Vegas. So the turnover thing, have they started posting that? Because the turnovers have been out of this world. Kate, this is your expertise more than me, but I am not interested in backing the Fever.
I'm not
down to
interested in
4.5.
backing the Fever at all. 5.5, 4.5. Absolutely not. I'm not taking the Fever. Sure, they're coming off of a terrible loss, one that we knew they were going to lose going into that game against Vegas. But we also had Jason Logan from Covers on the show to close out the week last week, and he talked about road dogs hitting at like a 65+% clip. So I'm going to take the Sparks plus 4.5 on the road, especially because he also said, and I agree with it, the Sparks have been a little undervalued so far in the market. So you're getting the trend of the road dog with an undervalued team. I would take the Sparks. I would even look at the Sparks on the money line. Like the Fever are not a good basketball team right now. Sure, Caitlin Clark is good. Aaliyah Boston finally had a fairly big game over the weekend, but otherwise they've been terrible. For Clark's props, I still do lean over 19.5 because who else is really going to be scoring for the Fever? I think you also could look at her 3-point props in this game, just knowing that she's coming off of a terrible outing. So she's going to look to fire a little bit more. But then again, that's just at 2.5 and it's juiced minus 160 to the over. So you're not getting a whole lot of value there. Rebounds, assists, not going to play anything there. It would be points or nothing for Clark, but certainly not going to back the Fever to cover.